Welcome to the Big Show and Tell as we dance our way in. We're getting big results for marketing and branding happens on the daily. If you're new around here, my name is Kim White, and I'm here in the studio today with the incredible Donna Bender, the host of the show and master of giving branded products that people actually keep and use. Plus, with thousands of gifts under her belt, that she has given across the globe. She is also the master of corporate gifting. Happy anniversary, Donna.
Thank you, Kim, and happy anniversary to you. I cannot believe that 2 years have flown by so quickly for the Big Show and Tell. And I'm just so excited to be here with you today and to share with everybody all the things during this celebration.
Well, today's show is an exciting one as always. Today marks the second anniversary, like Donna said, of the show, but I like to say birthday because I just like birthdays. So happy birthday, Big Show and Tell. That's right, we wore our birthday hats. It's already had an amazing impact and helped a lot of people. And we have to just let you know we do have a big announcement to make a little later in the show. But Donna, don't let me forget to do it because you know we get excited and sometimes forget things.
Not to worry, Kim. Not to worry. I won't let you forget. I think it comes up a few times.
Good.
So let me just set the stage for today. Over the next hour, we're going to learn how branded marketing is one of the only forms of marketing and advertising today that really has an effect on all five of our senses. That's touch, sound, taste, smell, and sight. And they create memorable experiences for your clients, your employees, and event attendees. So we're going to go through all that today to give people more ideas.
Well, we believe by the end of this session, you'll have a clear understanding of what sensory branding is, practical examples of products and experiences for each sense, and a set of ideas you can plug into upcoming campaigns, gifts, or events that you might have already planned.
So if you're a business owner, a C-suite executive, an HR, a people leader, an event planner, or anybody responsible for clients and employees, you're exactly in the right space. And this show will help you stop guessing about what type of branded merch and swag to use. You'll find so many different intentional choices that you can incorporate in your business to help you increase your sales and become more memorable to your clients. And I guess that pause was because, Kim, I'm still talking. So the theme for today is sensory marketing creates big marketing results.
I love it. I love this theme. But quick housekeeping before we dive in. If you have questions as we go, drop them in the chat. I'll do my best to bring them up if we're live. And don't forget, as always, there will be a replay. So share. If you're watching the replay, please drop your questions so we can respond. And don't forget to share the show. I'll be sharing how you can book we're calling it a discovery call with Donna if you want help choosing the right branded products for your specific goals. I'll share that information a little later in the show.
And keep watching because I have saved some things for different parts of the show where we're also going to incorporate and finish with holidays that are coming up in May, June, and July, where I have ready ideas that I can share with you to help, again, drive visibility to your brand and help you build relationships. So as we go through each sense, be thinking about how that might be apply to you and your business. And I think you'll get so many ideas today, Kim, that I'm going to ask everybody to grab a pen and paper because we'll be just rattling a lot of things off today. That's all I could say.
Well, let's get started and talk about what sensory branded products actually are and why they work so well. let's head into our first segment. This this series on the senses and branded products was created for Good Morning Entrepreneurs, our weekly live stream show, and was such a big hit over there, we decided to bring it back for the big show and tell. So, just when you hear Good Morning Entrepreneurs, you're still in the right place. We just took those videos to bring to you because they were such a hit. So, the first sense is touch. And if I can get to the right video, I'll push the button. There we go.
This is Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's surprise and delight marketing segment is about the magic of sensory marketing, a strategy that engages all 5 of our senses, creating lasting impressions and deep emotional connections with your audience. And it creates unforgettable experiences with your brand through sight, sound, touch, smell, and even taste. And branded merchandise, promotional products, swag, whichever word you choose to call it, is the only form of marketing that engages all 5 senses and plays a crucial role in making your branded merch and gifts more memorable. When it comes to branded products, touch is everything. The way something feels in your hand can leave a lasting impression long after you've forgotten what it looked like. In fact, research shows that consumers who physically interact with a product are 70% more likely to purchase it. Think about it. The luxurious hand of a beautiful blanket, the feeling on your skin from the softest shirt made from coffee beans and recycled bottles, or the cool surface of a metal pen. These aren't just products, they're experiences. So when you're selecting your next branded item, remember, it's not just about how it looks. It's about how it feels in your hand. And that's what makes your brand truly unforgettable.
You know, Kim, touch isn't just one thing. It shows up in everything. When you think about, somebody gives you something, it could be a gift, it could be a branded product, and the first thing you do is you touch it. Okay. And touch creates a lot of memories. If something doesn't feel good when you touch it, it creates a negative memory. And so one of the things I wanted to do was just give some examples today of various items that we can show during the show. Where are all our pictures? Okay. Well,
Oh, so this is a live audible, I'll just say. The
Yes,
pictures are
ma'am.
gone because when you left the studio a while ago, you took them with you.
Oh my. Okay.
So, if you all will just hold just a second, I'm gonna read a couple of things and while Donna pulls up the slides. So touch is where a lot of branded products win or lose is what Donna has to say. What something feels like communicates value immediately.
And, thank you for that, Kim.
You're welcome.
Well, there you go. And, there's a lot of things that when people, touch something like this amazing, luscious blanket, which I know, Kim, you've been a recipient of, we shared.
I was snuggling in it last night while we were watching TV. So yes, I think about you often, Donna.
Thank you. And think about also a t-shirt. Okay. There are t-shirts and then there are t-shirts. And how many t-shirts do we all keep in our drawers? And one of the things that I always like to talk about with clients is the quality of a t-shirt. And there are t-shirts that are really soft that when you have an event and you're looking for sponsors and their name is on the back of the shirt, that people will want to continue to wear after the event is over. So, and these little guys that I'm holding are just so wonderful. And so, they are soft on the outside with this little squishy case. And then they have a gel on the inside. And I find myself so many times just sitting on a phone, on a call or something. And the sensory touch from this is amazing. So touch is a really, really, an important sense. So when you're choosing products, think beyond can we just put a logo on it?
Hmm.
Think about would I personally enjoy would somebody personally enjoy using it? Does it feel good in your hand? And then you know if you're making the right selection.
People judge your brand in that split second. I hate to say, but it is true. And if the item that feels better tends to be kept longer, used more, and associated with higher value, I think we should choose well when we're choosing.
Exactly. So I think we're off to our next segment, Kim,
Okay.
on sound.
Perfect.
Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's surprise and delight marketing segment is about another one of our 5 senses that is overlooked when it comes to branding. Wait, can you hear that? It's the sound of your brand making an impression. Yes, sound is an often overlooked sense when it comes to branding, but it's incredibly powerful. Think about it. Have you ever had a song stuck in your head all day? That's auditory branding at its finest. Studies show that brands using sound are 96% more likely to be remembered. High-quality branded earbuds or over-the-ear headphones offer a personalized sound experience. These make great gifts that can carry your brand everywhere the recipient goes, from workouts to business calls. Branded Bluetooth speakers are an excellent way to integrate sound into your marketing. Every time your client uses the speaker, they associate your brand with positive experiences like music, podcasts, or other audio content. So it's not just about what they hear. It's also about the experience that sound creates. So the next time you're choosing your branded merch, think beyond the visuals. Consider how it sounds. After all, every time someone clicks that branded pen or zips up the custom jacket or flips open that top of an amazing water bottle, they'll be reminded of your brand in the most satisfying way possible.
Well, Kim, what I want to share about was we heard some sound in the background there from one of the items that I want to show today. And you know, one of the things about sound is it sets the energy and the mood. And just think about some jingles that famous companies have, you know, and as soon as you hear them, you know what brand it is. So one of the things I wanted to show today was this wonderful little robot that does have sound, and it's a speaker. And it's a wonderful little thing. It's a great item, a great attention getter, but in fact, it has wonderful volume. And there's so many other kinds of speakers. Like this is another little robot, but we also have this type of Bluetooth speaker and this little Bluetooth speaker. So sound is very important in our lives. We all love to hear music. A lot of us like to hear our own voices. So when we give something for sound, it's directly tied into memory and recognition. And I'd like to read this one statistic that brands using sound are up to 96% more likely to be remembered. Now, on the flip side of that, if you give a wonderful jacket to someone, okay, that has a zipper, the sound of the zipper also is meaningful when you hear that if on a branded item. So sound can be many different things, not just a speaker, but it could be a beautiful pen that has a great click, and it could be a zipper, and it could be the crinkle of tissue paper that you put in a bag. So there's a lot of auditory things that trigger memories, and positive ones for your clients. So when you combine touch and sound, your brand starts to feel more than just an item, but it starts to create an experience.
I love that. Now on to smell, which is one of the strongest triggers for memory, according to science.
Yes.
Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's surprise and delight marketing segment is on how branded merch can create long-lasting customer experiences by appealing to someone's sense of smell. Smell is one of the most powerful senses when it comes to memory and emotion. In fact, research shows that people are 100 times more likely to remember something they smell over something they see or hear. A familiar fragrance can evoke strong associations with a brand. Do you remember the last time you walked past a bakery? Did the smell of fresh bread make you think of childhood or bring you back memories of home? That's the power of scent. Now imagine your brand associated with a specific scent, maybe the rich smell of leather on a new branded journal or the comforting aroma of a custom candle. Scent marketing can increase intent to purchase by 80%. Scent is a direct link to our emotions, making it a powerful tool in your branding arsenal. So when you're thinking about how to make your brand unforgettable, remember, it's not just about what your customers can see or touch. It's about what they smell too. A distinctive smell, pleasant or unpleasant, is one sense they won't forget soon.
Yes, Kim. I don't know if well, let's put the candle up so that yeah, I'm having a little it says it's up, but it's not there.
Hold on, I'll fix it.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. So one of the things that trigger me in a good way is every year when I have to go to Las Vegas and we stay at the Mandalay Bay, there is a gardenia smell that is so delicious, that aroma, that when I walk in, it just reminds me of the experience that I have there every year. But it also reminds me of the fact that I have been trying to get that scent and duplicate it here because it's just so wonderful, and it's just it envelops me. And you can get the same thing from the scent of a candle. You could get the same thing from a beautiful fresh baked pack of chocolate chip cookies. So scent is another great sense that you can think about when finding the right branded products for your right customer. And one of the other things is smell doesn't remind people just about that moment, but it brings them back to a moment in time. Mm-hmm. And also can be very nostalgic. I even think about the smell of a fresh box of crayons. You know, I have done that when I've been playing with my granddaughter, and it immediately brings me back to my own childhood. So there's such a wonderful memory associated with that. And smell is the strongest sense tied to memory and emotion. And people are 100% more likely to remember what they smell, good, bad, or indifferent.
Just want to remind everybody, though, to keep the scent subtle because overpowering smells can trigger sensitivities, and you wouldn't want them to have the bad experience like Donna just mentioned.
Yeah. So, Kim, then, you know, when you're hosting retreats or like they do at the show, you know, using that same scent brings feelings to people. You know, when people are there, they know that they have a trade show. They know that there's a lot of camaraderie. They know that there's a lot of events that they're going to be participating in. It's just wonderful to associate that with an event. So if you find a scent that you like, try it out at your next event.
Love that idea.
And
go ahead.
No, feel free.
Well, let's move into our next segment, and the most obvious one, sight.
Yeah, this is where most people already play with colors. So, and logos and layouts, and you could be much more intentional here. So if you have the next segment ready on site, Kim, that would be great.
This is Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's surprise and delight marketing segment is on how branded products can affect our different senses that will keep our brand top of mind. Did you know that people remember what they see, hear, touch, taste, and smell far better than what they read? Ever wonder why some brands seem to stay in your mind with you long after you've seen them? Well, that's the power behind our sight. When I presented a product or an idea, I usually tell someone that I'm a visual person. I really have to see something to understand, process, and remember it. Visual cues like colors, shapes, and designs are more than just eye candy. They're the glue that holds your brand together. Studies show that color alone can boost brand recognition by up to 80%. Think about Coca-Cola's red or Tiffany's blue boxes or McDonald's golden arches. These aren't just random choices. They're strategic, memorable, and powerful. But it's not just about slapping on a logo. It's about creating a visual experience that resonates. Imagine your brand on a stylish tote you gave out at a conference or outdoor event, and your logo pops with vibrant colors, a unique design or message. That's the kind of lasting impression that keeps your brand in sight and top of mind long after the event ends. So choose your colors wisely. They can be the difference between blending in or standing out. More to come.
You know, Kim, sight is the first filter when when looking at something for people who are not hard of seeing. Touch would be the first thing that filters with them. So, depending on where you are in life, every single one of those senses is so important to every interaction that we have with people, and they all create wonderful memories. I seriously, when you think of the arches, you automatically think of McDonald's. There's so many beautiful things out there. When you see the swoosh, you already know it's Nike. You don't even need to see their name. So, having that amount of success with a logo is a wonderful thing to have. And so one of the things I wanted to show today as far as sight was, the shoe, the Croc. Okay, that's something that we all grew up with, those little clogs that have all the holes that you could put charms in. Well, now Croc, the brand, is now taking that same concept and they're putting it on bags. And so now there are different size bags. You can put your logo here. You can also get custom charms that you can put on them. So it's a great way for something that is so visual, which is the Croc, and now putting it into new product categories. And as we love to say, Kim, another way to co-brand.
It is definitely another way to co-brand.
So it's a wonderful thing. And then there's so many other things that when you say sight, a flashlight is a great product to give as a gift, a wonderful flashlight or a set of binoculars. There are so many things that actually refer to sight that you can give if you want to be literal. And then also anything that you'd select that is pleasing to the eye would be a great product. So it's a wide category on that one.
It definitely is. Well, and I think about packaging that uses your brand colors consistently, your silver bags you always use, and a welcome or event kit that when open looks like a cohesive scene, not a random mix of items. You did that for us with our little lunch boxes that we gave out in New York at our meetup. They were very much on brand, and that's very exciting.
It is exciting. And think about it. If it doesn't catch your eye, it's not going to stand a chance, so choose your products wisely, as I always say, and make sure that it's something that when you're giving a branded product, it's a little different than giving a gift, as we say, because the gift is for the recipient. So when we're referring to, choosing branded products, if it's not pleasing to your eye, chances are it's not going to be pleasing to anybody you give it to. If it's something that doesn't feel good to your touch, it's probably not going to feel good to the people at the trade show that you're giving it out to. So use yourself as a barometer when choosing that. And then when you have a recipient in mind, as far as a gift, those things also are important. And you also have to think of what the recipient would like. You can't forget about that.
Well, and I want to remind everybody of the tip you give all the time, which is invest in quality printing and finishing. Things like crisp logos and good contrast and where appropriate premium finishes, they all immediately elevate the perceived value of the receiver. So I think that that's a very small thing you can do that makes such a big impact. And you tell us that all the time.
Exactly. And, let's use a pen as an example, because we can use a pen in every one of our shows as an example, and I talked last month about how I gave out a pen that was a great looking pen, wasn't an inexpensive pen, but the perceived value of the pen was very high. And it came either in, the ones I gave was a white matte that had little perforated holes, and it actually, the cap came off, and it wrote beautifully. And perhaps that pen cost a couple of dollars, but to the recipients, it looked like it cost much more than that. And it looked that way to the people who worked with the recipients, because they took them off the recipients' desks. So, there are ways to find great products, and and they're not that expensive. And that's what I love doing. And that's what I love sharing with my clients, is to find those things that will touch people on a sensory basis, be it touch, sight, smells, sound, or now our last one, Kim, taste. So if you are, again, if you are thinking about creating something memorable, taste is incredible, because people like to pause and savor it. So let's take a look.
Good morning, entrepreneurs. Today's surprise and delight marketing segment is about the most delicious way to leave a lasting impression: taste. Taste is another overlooked sense when it comes to branding, but it's incredibly impactful. Have you ever noticed how certain flavors can instantly take you back to a specific moment or place? That's the power of taste memory. And studies show that our sense of taste is closely linked with our emotions and our memories, like our sense of smell, making it a potent tool for creating a sweet impression and an unforgettable brand experience. Imagine sending out delicious branded gourmet chocolates, custom coffee blends, or even a set of spices with a custom branding iron that turns a regular barbecue into a branded, flavorful experience. And your clients will associate that delicious flavor with your brand every time they fire up the grill. When you're thinking about your next branded product, don't forget the power of taste, because nothing says memorable like a flavor your customers can't get off their minds or off their palates. In a world where consumers are bombarded with information, sensory marketing helps your brand stand out and stay top of mind. By leveraging the power of sight, you're not just giving a product, you're giving an experience.
There are a lot of little things happening in the show today, Kim. So many things. So taste is incredible, as we all know. I mean, taste can be a drink, it could be a snack, it could be a treat. And gourmet treats are a great example. And I would love to show you this particular one, Kim, because this is a beautiful wooden box, okay, that I do have my logo on. And it's from one of my vendors, and it comes with a satin ribbon over it. And I'm going to just take the top off so I can make less noise. And, this is just one of their special gourmet treat boxes. And it's filled with some wonderful, delicious treats. The good thing about it, though, Kim, is I always say, I don't say don't give food or flowers, but give it in something that's going to last after the treats are eaten. So thank you. And so I find that gifts like this in a keepsake box that could be used over and over again for other things are great ways in which to give a great experience of taste, and then also have the box afterwards so people don't forget. So I love it, and I love the fact that you could do customized coffee, and you could do custom spices. If people love to grill, there's great custom spices. And even giving a branding iron that when that your clients like to barbecue, and they'll use it on a steak, which you taste. It's also visual because they'll see your logo. So a lot of products can affect various senses, and I just am hoping from this show today that people can understand all the ways that branded products can create wonderful memories for people. And to find things that work within your budget and with your clients.
Well, a few practical notes, Donna, that I know you talk about are always consider the dietary restrictions, have options or choose inclusive items when possible. Think about the shipping. You want things that travel well and arrive in good condition. Nothing like getting, broken up things that don't look good. You can also partner with local or specialty vendors and use your brand to curate the experience. So co-branding, we are big around here on co-branding. It is amazing.
Yes, we are. And Kim, I'm looking at the time, and it's a great time to have our halftime show.
Let me cue it up. We are celebrating 2 years. This is a 2-year birthday or 2-year anniversary of the Big Show and Tell, which is Donna's brainchild, and it's a lovely, lovely thing, impacted a lot of people. But we have a fun birthday celebration video that pay attention to the ending because we have an announcement to make. This is exciting news, Donna. The end of the slide. The next Big Show and Tell will be July 28th. Instead of monthly, Donna is going to quarterly. I think it's an important thing to note. That was her in all of those costumes and how busy she always is doing helping people strategically do things while being fun doing it. But she is really having to concentrate on her clients. She has her hands full, I'll just say that, and needs to go to quarterly instead of monthly. And I think it's a brilliant move, Donna, for your sake and all your clients.
Well, thanks, Kim. It was a question, going back and forth. And, bottom line to all of this, my goal is to help my clients increase their business. And so I am thrilled with, what the Big Show and Tell has offered to clients and prospects, and the fact that they want to do more and learn more. And so, yes, my time is definitely dedicated to my clients. And so that was a great solution, was having the show, continuing with the show, and then just bulking up 3 months every time that we do it. So the next show, which is July 28th, we will be talking about August, September, and October, and all the events and holidays that come around that time of year. So
I think one of the exciting things about this, though, is that you still can go to the playlist on YouTube. You still can go and catch all the replays of all the last 2 years of shows. Plus, there will be lots of clips and shorts and things coming out across the socials. So don't forget, you're still going to be able to see Donna and see her with all her fun costumes, but it will just be a different cadence for the show. So,
and Kim, it will also give me time to choose new holidays.
That's right.
And have new costumes. So there's always that.
Well, let's pull all this together with some holiday and seasonal ideas for May, June, and July. And think of this as plug and play inspiration. You can pick 1 month, one idea, or 1 or 2 senses to focus on. But we have a few slides we want to share while we talk about these holidays. Do you want to start with the first May holidays, Donna?
There you go. The first May holidays, Kim. Actually, it next week. And we still have time. Today's the 28th. So you still have time to go out and get your children's teachers something for Teachers Day. And it's just a wonderful day to appreciate teachers and all that they do for our children and education and the growth of our, country. So the teachers are a great group of people to show appreciation to, the same as nurses. Nurses Day is May 6th, and nurses are very special people, and they help us through thick and thin, especially when we can't reach our doctors, or they're the ones that are coming to visit us in the hospital rooms. So again, another great day is May 6th for Nurses Day. Did you want something you wanted to share at all, Kim, or add to?
I just think that this is a great way if a hospital, someone who's over a hospital is listening, that would be a great thing to do, is to support all your nurses by giving them something. And I know that you already have, a big health group, I'll call that, without betraying any names, that you help with that. So you've already got experience in helping someone with those kind of things. My favorite thing that you have done for them, and I'll be very careful so I don't get in trouble with Donna for talking too much, but I love that they gave socks out. And I think that's a lovely Nurses Day, surprise. If you're in charge of a group of nurses, what a great thing to do is to give them some fun socks for Nurses Day.
I agree, Kim. And the other thing is that, when socks first came out, a lot of things took forever. They were all done. They weren't done here. The minimums were so high. And now, even with May 6th around the corner, you could still have time to create some great thank you socks for nurses and teachers, to be able to give out on that holiday, because it's not just a day. Yes, there is a Teachers Day, Nurses Day, but it's also the week, it's the month, so you have time, and socks are a great way to give out to them. So thanks for mentioning that. And then, of course, we have Mother's Day on May 10th, and Grandmother's Day as well. Let's just say that, Kim.
Well, and I think of Mother's Day, that may not be appropriate for every business to find out all the mothers and to go to that effort, but there's a lot of mothers support, businesses. I think of all of the like midwives and doulas, and like I think of our friend Jill Olish, who has a village that she actually supports mamas in. That is a great day to give when that is part of your business. That to me is so on brand and so amazing, with just acknowledging them.
Absolutely, Kim. And, if people are looking for ideas for that, and there's so many things that you can, and we do some one-offs of different things just to give out to specific clients who, you've been with a long time. They're a great mother. They've been a great mentor to you. Think about all of the women who are in your life that have been mentors and have been there for you. It's another day to celebrate them on Mother's Day as well. So there's a lot that could be done for that holiday, and you have some time.
You have a little bit of time.
And then, Kim, there are the other holidays that are coming up in May. And this one, the one on the upper left, is next weekend, is, I believe, the Kentucky Derby, which is always a fun holiday to celebrate. And I still feel that one day we'll be wearing our big Derby hats. I love my Derby hat. There's National Golf Day that's coming up. There's Chocolate Chip Day that's coming up in May, and there's World Baking Day, and they're all in May. And this slide will also have the last date. If we can move it along, I can show you that at the end. At the end, you have.
I'll help you.
Yes, I'll let you do it.
I think that they're all not the same, Donna. I'm so sorry to tell you.
Yep, they're having a little bit. If you noticed in the other videos, things were just freezing, so I'm not sure what's going on. But the Derby is May 2nd. World Baking Day is May 17th. And so you'll be able to, if you have any questions, just give us a call, and you can check it out.
I do want to mention, because you've mentioned it several times through the show, is, giving something to someone on Chocolate Chip Day. I think a chocolate chip cookie, and given with like the box that you're talking about, or something with, a drinkware, something with it, something to keep. I love how you always say do that, but that touches so many senses, because we can smell it, we can taste it, we can see it, we can feel it, like just all the things. I love the idea of that.
Yes. And, think about, putting a little kit together. It could be for a client, it could be for an onboarding gift for a new employee, but a tumbler, even with some coffee in it, if you want to customize a bag of coffee. So you got the smell and the aroma and the taste of the coffee. You've got the tumbler that feels great in your hand that you put the coffee in. And then you have the cookies that taste great and smell great. And all those together hit so many senses.
Sign me up. I want one of those. So I'll be
Okay.
looking. I'll be looking for that.
Okay. Yeah, and surely we've shown enough tumblers that I can definitely help people select the right one to put in that kit. But yeah, so there's a lot of opportunities. And then in June, we have Donut Day, National Donut Day, another wonderful holiday where you can put that together with a tumbler and some coffee and everything. So we are not shy of holidays for sure that people can use and celebrate. And then we have World Juggling Day as well, Kim. And when we were talking about the benefit of World Juggling Day for business, and the way that I look at that is that we may have clients that do more than just one job. They're handling a lot of different things and a lot of different jobs at the same time. And so World Juggling Day is a great way to show appreciation to them and say, listen, I see what all the work you're doing. And for companies that have employees that do a lot and juggle a lot all the time, great day to honor your employees.
I think about our team. Our team juggles so much.
And June also is Pride Month. And there are, for all the celebrations out there, for all the support out there, there are so many different products that you can give out for Pride Month. And so I hope people take a look at this. And if you have any questions or need ideas, feel free to reach out because I'd love to help.
Now we have July.
Well, we have July 4th. Obviously, there's a lot you can do with July 4th. And here's the thing, Kim. This year, we celebrate our 250th anniversary. And I have a catalog of just products for that celebration. So it's really a big deal this year. And so if you are short of ideas, again, reach out because there's so many things that you can do, so many small things to so many large things that you could do for this particular 250th anniversary. So it's a great time of year and a great holiday to celebrate this year.
And a great year to do it.
Exactly. And another holiday in July is Act Like a Kid Again Day. And again, you sit there and go, well, how am I going to show my appreciation to my clients on Act Like a Kid Again Day? But think about it. We all work so much, and what it does is it recognizes the whole concept that we all need to take time out to play. And, when I originally did this video, it was to celebrate the fact that I just had my granddaughter there. And so it was all the toys that we played with. But again, I have shown, Rubik's Cube types of toys and stress toys and things that you can show appreciation to clients and just bring a little bit of lightness back into people's lives. The crayons in a coloring book. There's so many adult coloring books out now with markers, with, even notepads, even notebooks that come with one side is an adult coloring item, and then the next page is a page to write notes in. So there's a lot of things that you could do to acknowledge your clients on these specific holidays that are fun and different. And then, of course, there's National Hot Dog Day. What can I say? What can I say about that? That is a perfect, holiday to reach out and celebrate with your clients. And if they may not like beef hot dogs, they may like turkey hot dogs, they may like vegan hot dogs. It's just the idea of something that's fun and different that you can celebrate with your clients.
I love it, Donna. You have so many ideas. If you're overwhelmed with all the ideas, just pick one. Pick one holiday or pick one thing. I think that that's just an important piece to tell everybody because I get overwhelmed with all the choices. Mm-hmm. And that's why I go to Donna. I just want to say that Donna is the one that picks out the things that helps take the overwhelm out. you give her an idea of what you're kind of thinking about, and she comes up with like the best of the best. And that makes me excited. Going back to the little lunchbox you all have seen on the show before, that was the best gift ever.
Oh, thank you, Kim. And it was such a treat to actually do that. And the fact that I was part of it, part of putting it together, but part of a recipient that also received it, being able to be in the situation to see how it affected you and how it affected Jill when you saw everybody's reactions, and that's what the whole thing about giving the right branded product to the right person for the right reason is so important, because the whole idea about giving is when you give, you receive so much. When you have an opportunity to see the reactions from people that you give something to, or you have a trade show and you have a great product at your booth that you're giving out that people want, and they go, wow, that's really cool. Those are the kinds of things that you want to just keep top of mind, so you stay top of mind. So this all boils down to all of the things that we have been talking about for the last 2 years, is that give value first, give without expectations, give because it makes the recipient feel good, and by doing so you feel good as well. And I can't talk enough about that, but I will stop.
Well, when you intentionally select products, or as Donna says, branded merch for touch, sound, smell, sight, and taste, you increase emotional connection that's proven by science. You improve recall of you and your brand, and you turn simple swag into a branded experience. I love that all of that, Donna, is what you've talked about today.
Yes, and we did talk about a lot. So, anybody who is watching, again, reach out, but I recommend watching it again, because and take notes, because there's so many things that you can do DIY yourself, or you can give me a call and I can help you find the right product for the right event, for the right person, for the right moment. And so what can I say, Kim?
Well, if you're watching this and thinking, man, I'd love to have help selecting a sensory branded campaign or gift program, here's your next step. Reach out to Donna and set up a call, like a discovery call. She's amazing and knows exactly how to help you get big results with those choices. And I am actually going to post really quickly a QR code up in the corner, so that if you are watching on a computer screen or TV screen, a device that you can use your phone to use the QR code. If not, donnabender.com is where it's taking you, but that gives you the ability to connect with Donna, gives you the ability to contact her and to actually set up something to work with her. So I want to make sure everybody has the easy button today, Donna, and I think that's the easy button.
Thank you, Kim. And I wanted to share an easy button also with everybody, as far as all the 5 senses, because I know it could become overwhelming when it's all done at once. But if you think about smell, okay, great products, a candle, okay, or a bag of fresh chocolate chip cookies. I mean, those 2 things really are great examples of smell. Taste. Again, you could give cookies, you could give pizza, a pizza pie, deliver a pizza pie to your client for taste. Give a custom box filled with gourmet treats. So those are great examples for taste. For sound, okay, you could do speakers, you could do over-the-head earphones. You could do, and again, the sound of a zipper. It could be a zipper on a Padfolio that goes around. It could be a zipper on a accessory pouch that you use for travel. So everything can have a sound to it. In sight, it's free for all on that one, because, if it looks good to you and it's something that you think your clients will enjoy, go for it. There's so many items that you can give for sight. And did I miss one? Touch. Touch, again, inexpensive things like a stress toy, or if you want to go a little bit, more luxurious, a blanket is a wonderful gift. Because, one of the things I like to share is I never put my logo on a blanket when I've given them out. And to this day, and I've been giving them out over the years, people will still say to me, every time I use that blanket, Donna, I think of you. No logo. It's just the connection to the recipient and something that feels good and touches them. And when you touch it, it feels soft. So I hope that's just a quick roundup of some ideas, because no matter what you pick, it will affect one of the 5 senses, if not more.
It's when you can tap into all of them.
Yes, ma'am.
So before we leave today, we want to make sure that you remember the big announcement that the Big Show and Tell, which today is celebrating 2 years of monthly, is going to go to quarterly. We don't want anyone to come next month and think, oh no, where are you? There's lots of replays to go back. There'll be lots of, clips and shorts and things going out so you can stay in the know. But we just want to make sure you put it on your calendar while we're together, July 28th, so that you don't miss the next one. It will be packed.
Yeah, it will be packed. And there'll be a lot of outtakes from this particular show, too. Let's just say there'll be some funny shorts as well. Like, oh my goodness, that's what I love about live. So I guess, Kim, if that's all there is, unless you have anything else to say, I just want to say it's been an honor and a pleasure to host this with you over the last 2 years. And that's one thing I'll miss, is the fun that we have every month at the Big Show and Tell. But I know you, Kim, and I know there are other opportunities for me to have fun with you.
There definitely are. Well, thank you, Donna. It's always my pleasure.
Oh, my pleasure. And so if just everybody, again, the next Show and Tell is July 28th. And if that's all there is, then Kim, that's a wrap. And bye for now.